Hey everybody, welcome to today's show. Welcome to Advocate Information Highway. I'm your host, Anthony Lorito-Duke, and we have a great topic for today's show in which it is many people are in a huge uproar that New York City mayor took $1 billion away from the NYPD budget, and they're also in an uproar that the New York City mayor's wife lost $850 million, but none of these same people are in an uproar when Trump took away $7.2 billion from our military, nor are they in an uproar when the Pentagon lost 2.3 trillion, I'll say that word again, trillion dollars back in 2005. Now, I'm going to basically break this down very simple for everybody, okay? When um, these people are in an uproar that the New York City mayor took 1 point. I'm sorry. When these people are in an uproar when the New York City mayor took $1 billion away from the NYPD budget. Let me first start off by saying that $1 billion that the New York City mayor took out was out from their $6 billion budget, in which that $1 billion is going towards youth and community services, which is a great thing, by the way, in which that helps people low income, and that is also a way for help mending the the tension between people in the community and the NYPD. Okay, but here's also another thing. The NYPD is still getting $5 billion for their budget. Okay, and so that's still a lot of money. And what I don't understand is how can anybody, especially within the NYPD, say that $5 billion is not good enough for the NYPD? How can $5 billion not be good enough for the NYPD? How come? That doesn't make any sense. Okay. And if you're going to be in an uproar about that, okay, the only fair thing to do is to also be in an uproar with the Pentagon, okay, when the Pentagon lost, quote unquote, lost $2.3 trillion back in 2005. And back in 2005, ladies and gentlemen, that was again under a Republican administration. That was under the Bush administration. And under a Republican administration, okay, all of a sudden, $2.3 trillion goes missing from the Pentagon. And none of these same people that are currently in an uproar against the New York City mayor, all right, for taking away the $1 billion from the NYPD budget, none of those same people were ever in an uproar against uh, the Republican administration from back then, or even against the Pentagon for when the Pentagon lost $2.3 trillion. You didn't hear anything from these people that are currently in an uproar against the New York City mayor now for taking $1 billion out from the $6 billion NYPD budget, which means that the NYPD is still getting $5 billion in their budget. Now, let's break the other part down, okay? These same people are in an uproar against the New York City mayor's wife for losing $850 million, right? But these same people that are in that uproar were not against the Pentagon for losing the $2.3 trillion, but also those same people that are in this uproar against the mayor and his wife, they're also not saying anything against Trump for when Trump took away $7.2 billion from our military. So these same people that are in uproar against the New York City mayor for taking away $1 billion from the NYPD budget say nothing, and they're in no uproar against Trump for taking away $7.2 billion from our military, from our brothers and sisters in the military who are out there defending our country every day. So they're not in an uproar against Trump for taking away $7.2 billion from our military, nor are these same people that are in an uproar against the New York City mayor's wife for losing $850 million. These same people are not in an uproar against the Pentagon for when the Pentagon lost $2.3 trillion. Okay? So if you're going to be in an uproar against any party for what members of that party do wrong, okay, it's only fair, and it's only right to be in an uproar and point fingers again at members of your same party, but when those members of your same party do something wrong, especially if those same members of your same party do similar horrible actions that the members of the opposing party did. You know, it's only fair. So again, I'm going to say this one more time. You know, these same people that are in an uproar against New York City mayor for taking away $1 billion out of the NYPD's $6 billion budget, okay, these same people say nothing to Trump. They're not in an uproar against Trump for taking away $7.2 billion from our military, you know, from the people who risk their lives every day defending our country. These same people that are in an uproar against the New York City mayor's wife for losing $850 million, these same people that are in that uproar say nothing against the Pentagon for losing 2.3 trillion, and I'm going to say that term again, $trillion back in 2005. They're saying nothing to the Pentagon about that. They're not in an uproar about that. So how is that fair? How is that fair, ladies and gentlemen? Answer, it's not. Okay? And I've had people ask me many times about how I feel about the New York City mayor taking $1 billion out from the NYPD budget. And here's the things that I say to them regarding that. Number one, that $1 billion, okay, is going towards youth and community services, which is a very good thing because it helps people of low income, especially, okay, and that $1 billion is coming out from the $6 billion budget, which means that the NYPD is still getting $5 billion for their budget. And then I question them. How is it that the NYPD and these people in an uproar are saying that $5 billion is not good enough for the NYPD? How can $5 billion not be good enough for the NYPD? How? How are they spending their budget? Okay. So their budget really has to be looked into about how the NYPD is spending it. And since we're on this topic, okay, for years and years and years, a local government has said to nonprofit agencies that are also essential to people in the community, they've said, listen, you've got to do more with less. We're going to give you less money and you've got to do more with it. You got to budget yourselves right. You got to tighten that belt. So then that's what the NYPD has to do too. Okay. And that's why I think that somebody has to look into how the NYPD is spending their budget. And the NYPD just has to tighten its belt. They have to do proper money management. Okay. That all has to be looked into because it's really, really, really weird how $5 billion cannot be good enough for the NYPD. Now, when I say this to people, you know what? They don't reply back. They don't say anything back to me. They go, "Oh yeah, yeah," and then they walk away. Then I also get asked, pretty much by these same people, about how the New York City mayor's wife, lost $850 million, and how do I react to that? And here's what I say: um, it is questionable about where that money went to, and also how it got lost. But if you're going to look into this, then it would only be fair to have the same uproar and to look into when the Pentagon back in 2005 lost $2.3 trillion. Just to be fair, if you're going to be in an uproar against a party for one thing and question that and so on and so forth, The only right thing to do is to be in an uproar and look into a similar situation that your party did wrong as well. So, and then I reply that $850 million went into the same void, that mysterious void from that the $2.3 trillion that the Pentagon lost back in 2005 went into. So, just to be fair, ladies and gentlemen, we've got to be fair all across the board. And when I say that back to them, to those people, guess what? They give me the same reaction that they gave me from the question before. They go, "Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, yeah, yeah." So, just to be fair, and not many of them like that, ladies and gentlemen. Ironically, you know. So I just call it like I see it. I try to be fair to everyone. I call it right down the line. All right. So not that many people like that. So, but this is just my opinion, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. And also, I'm just you see my head, looking around and stuff. I just got a message about a minute ago on my computer. Now that's why I was also reading this. That the United States Supreme Court just gave another blow to Trump. Okay. And this is breaking news. It's now all over the internet. It's all over social media. It's all over news outlets. The United States Supreme Court just gave another blow to Trump because now they said that Trump he has no other choice. He has to submit his tax returns over to the New York State prosecutors. He's got to do it now. So there's another blow to Trump. So all this time, Trump was believing that he's above the law. Nope. And now he's not liking it. Now he's probably really, really mad now. So it was just breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. He's got to do it. If you don't believe me, turn on your news media. Go to any social media outlet. It's all over. It's all over the news. And this came from the United States Supreme Court today. Today, ladies and gentlemen. So, in the act of all fairness, I've been saying, I've got to give credit where credit is due. It's only fair to do so, whether you like the people or not. I've got to give credit where credit is due to the justices within the United States Supreme Court that made the decision, because I believe it was a 7-2 decision, for those 7 people, for those 7 justices who did the right thing in making this decision. 2 thumbs up to you. You did the right thing. And this is what checks and balances is all about, ladies and gentlemen. They did the right thing. So, again, to those 7 justices, thank you. You did the right thing. Now, with continuing with the show, I just got done hosting my show Equality and Rights for All on Spreaker.com, in which on that show I discussed the same topic that I talked about in this show. And because I wanted to continue that discussion, it's really important to discuss all this. But on Thursdays, I host my show Equality and Rights for All on Spreaker.com. And after I'm done hosting that show, I host another episode of this show Advocate Information Highway here on YouTube. And on Fridays, I host an episode of my show Disabled Reality on Spreaker.com. And once I'm done hosting the episode on that show, again, I host another episode of this show, Advocate Information Highway, on YouTube as well. And I also want to mention that on my YouTube channel, and for all of my fans out there who go to listen and to watch my shows here on my YouTube channel, please hit the subscribe button. That'd be greatly appreciated. And you can listen to, on my YouTube channel, you can listen to all the episodes of from my shows, Equality and Rights for All and Disabled Reality. And you can also watch all of my episodes, of course, of this show, Advocate Information Highway, that I host here on YouTube as well. And I also want to remind all my fans out there, aside from please subscribing to my YouTube channel, I want to remind everybody about my business, my website, which is Advocate Information Highway, and the link to there is awldny.com, and you guys could check out all the pages on there. Please go to the donations page of the website, and please, whatever money you can donate is greatly appreciated. Again, you guys could check out all the pages on my website. You can check out the shows page on my website. You can check out the newspapers page on my website. And also, I don't want to forget the blog page of my website as well. And the store page of my website as well. And I discussed about the store page on my website on my previous shows or the previous episodes of my shows, but I'll discuss it again really quick, in which the first section on the store page of my website, you'll see the link to my internet store on Zazzle.com, in which I designed a lot of products and they're up for sale on there. So you guys could check that out. In the second section of the store page on my website, you'll see the links on there to take a sneak peek into the two books that I wrote, in which the first book that I wrote is called Let's Talk About It, and the second book that I wrote is called Let's Talk About It More. And you'll also see the links into which you can purchase both books as well. And in the third section of the store page on my website, you'll see the link to the website that my husband and I have together called oddsandends.com. That's ODDZ like zebra, N like Nancy, ENDS.com. And you can purchase a lot of our products on there as well. And so with that, I hope to speak to everybody again tomorrow for Disabled Reality on Spreaker.com. And also again for another episode of this show, Advocate Information Highway. And so with that, take care, everybody. Bye.